Her Excellency Ms. Henryka Mościcka-Dendys, Undersecretary of State of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Poland. You have the floor.
Thank you very much. Mr. President of the General Conference, Madam Director General, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the 38th session of the General Conference is a special one as it coincides with the 17th anniversary of UNESCO. And I would like to take this special opportunity to reaffirm my country's faith in the organization and its constitution. We need UNESCO to be strong, responsive, and able to contribute to peace and security by promoting international cooperation through education, science, culture, and respect for rule of law and human rights. Ladies and gentlemen, the 70th anniversary of UNESCO is also a good moment, not only to take stock of what has been achieved in the last 70 years, but more importantly to identify new challenges. In September, the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development was adopted, a major achievement of the whole UN family of members. Goals contained therein, especially Goal 4, underpin all UNESCO's strategies and actions. And UNESCO has an important role and responsibility in translating these goals into deeds. Therefore, we note with satisfaction the adoption of the Education 2030 Framework for Action, an important milestone in implementing of Agenda 2030. Ladies and gentlemen, the continued destruction of cultural heritage, often of unique importance for humanity, affects us all. Such acts constitute not less than a war crime. They also constitute another challenge for international community. And Poland fully supports UNESCO and the global community in actions aimed at counteract this barbaric act, as well as widespread trafficking in cultural objects. We thank once again the Director General for her personal involvement in addressing these problems. As it was expressed by my president, the President of Poland, in his recent statement during the UNGA session, and I quote, "In the face of those beastly acts, international community should take more decisive steps in order to stem the practice of destroying and looting the world heritage." Ladies and gentlemen, in this context, Syria and Iraq are very much in the focus of the international community today. But we should not forget about the cultural heritage which is deliberately destroyed also in other parts of the world or exposed to destruction during military operation. Poland supports initiatives aiming to create a global movement to protect heritage in areas where it's threatened by extremism. We support the planned UNESCO strategy on reinforcing the organization's action for the protection of culture in the event of armed conflicts, which will be discussed at this very session. We call on all member states to adopt this document swiftly and fully implement it. Contributing to this international efforts, my own country, Poland, established a special training program for experts to help other countries in enhancing their capacity to better protect endangered cultural heritage. As we debate, the city of Krakow simultaneously hosts an international conference devoted to the protection of cultural heritage against special threats and safety of historical buildings. Pondering on the role of UNESCO plays in the contemporary world, we cannot forget that this organization is an inherent part of a wider UN strategy of sustainable development and, more importantly, peace building in the world. In this very context, the importance of creating a culture of peace through education should be emphasized. Therefore, we look forward to the discussion and to the outcome of a high-level side event on the education to prevent and counter violent extremism. Ladies and gentlemen, one of our priorities is to strengthen the World Memory Programme. Documentary heritage constitutes a major part of the memory of the peoples of the world and reflects the diversity of peoples, languages, and cultures. We look forward to the adoption of the draft UNESCO's recommendation concerning the preservation of and access to documentary heritage, including in digital form. Ladies and gentlemen, As I said before, Poland attaches great importance to the activity of the World Heritage Committee, which still proves its particular significance for the preservation of the world heritage. Poland is ready and will be honored to host its 41st session in Krakow. The former Polish capital, the city of Polish kings, whose old city or town was one of the first sites inscribed on the World Heritage List, seemed to be ideal for the meeting of the committee. We welcome you all to Krakow. Distinguished delegates, in concluding, let me assure you of Poland's clear support for UNESCO and its mission. It is in our deep belief that working together, and only working together, we'll be able to respond to all the challenges the organization is confronted with in the globalized world. Thank you very much for your attention.